Welcome to After the Game, and we've seen some great games tonight in Melbourne. We just saw the Richmond-Melbourne game.
Yep.
If you're in Adelaide and Brisbane, you would have seen the Adelaide and Brisbane game.
Sure.
And fantastic results for both those clubs and those supporters. Otherwise, if you didn't back for those teams, not so good. What am I saying?
I don't know what you're saying,
idea. Obvious stuff. How are our tips going? Hughes, you're down?
I'm down. Brisbane came home for me though,
Yep.
which is thank God for that.
So you're obviously pretty brave tipping Brisbane at the Gabba.
Yeah, that was
Absolutely. No risk taking there at all.
Do you have a look at the score of that game?
Yeah, why not? Let's take a look at the score of that game for those who have missed us. It was Brisbane getting up in the end by, what is that, 18 points in the end, 18 points. Alistair Lynch kicking 7 goals. He was awake for every single one of them as well. That's fantastic news.
He's just curbs his enthusiasm on the celebrations now.
Wayne Carey didn't play in that game. No, he didn't play.
No, he didn't.
He preferred to stay home in Adelaide and have a drink with the North Melbourne boys. So.
Too many temptations in Queensland.
Anyway.
Such as?
But, yeah.
We have Hawthorn and Essendon in one of the big shocks last night. I took Essendon and then realised that Matthew Lloyd wasn't playing, James Hird wasn't playing, Ramanauskas wasn't playing, Dean Rioli, Tony Bahajar wasn't playing. No Dustin Fletcher.
Incredible. No, I've got some footage of the injury to Fletcher actually. Let's have a look at what happened to Fletcher. This is what happened. Have a look at this.
Did Damien Cooper cop it as well?
He did, no, he didn't.
Well, they just got such a bond, these guys. Look at the bond. Look at the mental connection between these two. Here you go. There you go.
It's a great dichotomy, isn't it, with Australian men, that they go for the sympathy, but then the laugh straight after. You just can't help it.
And last night, you might have noticed around the ground, there were a lot of players with the blue paint.
Yeah,
I
that's
think the 50 metre had been just painted.
It was all over the place. Players were sliding in it. They were quite enjoying it. They were getting all mucky with it. Look at that. It's all down Joel Reynolds' leg there.
That's not nice, is it?
No. Well. And this bloke. Hawthorn player. One of the Hawthorn Smalls.
Exactly.
But Hawthorn had trouble midweek. Schwabby decided to motivate the players and show them the Survivor finale.
All right.
But the only thing they got out of it was that they learnt that you could be good-looking, sport and lazy and still win.
Yes. Sonny McCurry was best on ground, almost, or he was in a lot of those.
And Masiti very good as well. Acting captain, got the Raz during the week.
And Kevin Sheedy went out for lunch with those guys before the game, and he said, I wanted to see the glint in their eyes.
That's right.
That's a bit of a worry, really, isn't it, when your coach takes you out for lunch and wants to see the glint in your eyes?
Well, Collingwood played West Coast at Telstra Dome today. It was a pretty amazing game. West Coast got out to 41 points in the first quarter, and Collingwood getting back in front in the last quarter, up by about 14 points, I think it was, Sam, and West Coast breaking my heart
Glenn
still in the game.
Glenn Jakovic didn't play because of his heart.
That's right. And there was no celebration for Collingwood this week.
No, not at all.
Mark Kleiman, Collingwood official, was celebrating a little bit too hard, according to the AFL last week. He had a bit of a fist up there in Adelaide. He was pretty pumped, Mark Kleiman, but he got fined $3,000 for that, believe it or not, $2,000 of which is suspended until the end of the year.
Where he said they were so fucked because someone had thrown cups of urine on them. Which just astounds me. I couldn't believe they're selling cups of urine over there.
I don't know what was thrown on here.
It would take a bit like Adelaide water, it'd be shocking.
Actually, maybe not something, he may be brought in on thermos.
Nice. Now we have the Richmond-Melbourne game we just saw in Melbourne with Richmond getting up, and a special mention to a man who is much maligned in the football community. We've had a go at him on this show.
We've heard that he's not happy with us, actually.
we have heard, but this is not the reason we're saying well done. Matthew Richardson has this 24 disposals, 16 grabs and 4 goals, setting up the Richmond win. So well done to Matthew Richardson. I'm sure in the warm-up. I'm sure he'll fall over and do something for us next week. That's fine. But at the MCG, we have Jared Waitley standing by with David Roden, one of the heroes of the Richmond win. G'day, guys.
G'day, Pete. He who laughs last. Wasn't Richo terrific, David? He was, wasn't he? He just came straight back into the side and just started where he left off. So, it was a good game by him.
Looked halfway through the last quarter, you looked in enormous trouble. It looked like you were gone for sure.
Yeah, they had us down in the last quarter. We just they just kept kicking goals, and we got a bit frustrated. And then with a few other guys, like Richo, and they kicking the last few goals, and Kane Pettiford kicking his snap from 50, just really set us up. And we're just lucky that we could run on from there.
David, it's Damien Callanan here, your Year 7 drama teacher. How you going, mate?
How you going, sir?
Let's stop all that. I didn't like it then, I don't like it now. Now, I'm very happy with the celebrations you're giving after the goals. Do you count me as one of your influences?
Sorry, what was that, mate?
You never did understand. Someone else asked him something.
Student?
He what? He was a great student.
Oh, very good.
David, are you in a footy tipping competition at the moment? And if you are, do you tip Richmond on a week-to-week basis?
I'm not actually in a tipping thing, but if I was, I think I would. I probably would tip Richmond every weekend.
Now, mate, you must have had to cancel your September holiday by now. Do you think you're going to make the finals, you'd reckon?
We're playing good football at the moment, so I hope, hopefully we just keep playing good football, and hopefully we'll be there September.
No, you will be, definitely, I reckon, definitely.
You reckon? Well, that's a good mindset.
Beautiful work. Thank you to Jared Waitley and David Roden at the MCG.
David Roden, and some outstanding homework from the late 1990s as well. Dave, you might have picked that up.
What was he good at, especially like creative
Yeah,
dance?
well, I taught him.
You should reveal this.
I taught him drama and visual art. In fact, one day we recreated a cave in an abandoned shop, and Dave was like up on trestles and just painting on the roof and all sorts of stuff.
Oh,
he was,
really?
yeah, he was fully into it. He was
Did
really
you ever say to him, mate, you're not going to make anything of your life? Did you ever go at it?
constantly. I said to him, no, he was really good. You could tell then he was going to be something.
One of the big stories during the week coming out of Melbourne, the big tax raid on ex-Melbourne captain, AFL legend Gary Lyon. It was a bit of a shock to us, in the public. We didn't know these tax raids were going on, but they had a look at Gary's house, and we actually, a bit of a scoop, we actually got some of the things they found at Gary Lyon's house. Let's take a quick look. Of course, they found some player contracts in 1993, 1998, obviously. His Victorian Guernsey, they got that. They also got script development notes for Becky McGee 3.
Yep, the movie.
Intriguing. A note with 1902 555 of Victor Carlo written on it.
Find that in most houses.
A merkin they found. A merkin. That's very interesting. And Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
Apparently his family were a bit excited when they first arrived. They thought they were on My Life on the Lawn.
Well, seriously, but AFL players, they shouldn't have to, they've got to play footy, they shouldn't have to worry about tax as well. It's ridiculous.
Dave, it won't be the end of it. The AFL sent out a note to all players at the start of the year saying, expect this, we will do an audit of every club and of every player.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How far back's it going? Like we're talking about Chicken Smallhorn?
Yeah,
I'm not quite sure, but anyway, the players are on notice.
well, they're going to attack amateur players next, I think. Yeah, half your oranges have got to go to the tax department. Not that I'm happy to go to the tax department, they do a great job. They really do.
And there was one other game played today. Port Adelaide took on the Kangaroos. It was pretty tight up until half-time, and then Port Power really put on the power and kicked away and won pretty comfortably.
Byron Pickett played a fantastic game, apparently. I think he played well because he was playing against his old team and he didn't want to actually pick any of them off, if you know what I mean. He wanted to concentrate on the football.
And it's the first time, we should point out, it's the first time Port Power have actually beaten the Kangaroos.
In 9, there's a 10th time.
I think 10 attempts.
That's right.
And by the scores, it's the first time Kangaroos haven't played in the last quarter.
They scored 9 points after half-time, the Kangaroos.
Tremendous work.
Pretty abysmal. Now, we love going to the football.
Yeah.
We love looking at the banners.
We do.
And, Damien, what have you got for us this
Well,
week?
I've had a bit of a sneak preview of the Fremantle banner this week, Pete.
Yeah, is that right?
It's not too bad this week. To win on the road was such a thrill, but now we look like footballers instead of roadkill.
Good on them.
Nice one.
Geelong's is excellent. I've got a sneak preview of theirs. They're playing tomorrow. Here we go. No, we're not coming out this week. Pretty negative attitude they're taking into the game. I don't know if
They
it's
might
going
be
to
able
really
to
hold
use it
them.
next week because no one will run through it.
And I was at the Gabba tonight. And and I had a sneak preview of the Brisbane banner, and let's have a look at the Brisbane one. We've used oxygen and drips to win the Premiership Cup. If only they could invent something that would shut Ackermanis up. Very interesting, Matt, very interesting. Now, we're about to go to a break, but before we do, I want to give this little gem of a CD a plug. This is Shane Crawford's, and Ryan Girdler Campbell's Chunky Rockin' Music Feast.
Yeah.
Gee, that looks
It's
dodgy.
basically they've got together Girds from the Penrith Panthers and Shane Crawford and picked out their favourite song, their all-time favourite songs. They've come up with 5 between them. So we'll be playing this throughout the night, and I think we're going out with Choir Boys. The old Choir Boys, Run to Paradise.
Great song.
Yeah. See you Everett after the game.
Do you want it big, really big? Sunday 10's got you seriously satisfied.
6:30, find out what's been happening in the Big Brother house. 7 o'clock, from the makers of the hit movie, My Big Fat Greek Life. 7:30, Daniel, Leah, Carlo and Belinda have been nominated. But who'll be riding the eviction bus? Find out live from the house. 8:30, from the creators of The Castle, Sunday's big Aussie network premiere, The Dish.
Want big, need 10. Sunday, seriously.
A moisturizing breakthrough from Neutrogena. Visibly firm with active copper. Copper, a natural collagen-building mineral, diminishes with time. The active copper in Visibly Firm replenishes copper. Skin is firmer, fresher. Feel it.
75% of engine wear happens in the first 10 minutes. That's how long it takes some ordinary oils to start fully protecting. Castrol Magnatec clings to the engine like a magnet. So it starts the second your engine does. Castrol Magnatec. Protection from the moment you turn the key.
The moisturising Dove shampoo has nourished my hair. It's rebuilt my hair, especially after having a child. The secret to Dove is the moisturising. My hair was bouncy, manageable, it's smooth, silky, it just does what I want it to do.
New Dove shampoo and conditioner with 1/4 moisturising cream replenishes your hair from within.
Beautiful hair to me is healthy hair. And the moisturising Dove shampoo allows you to have that.
Feel the difference with Dove.
B-Liddy's huge Adelaide Cup weekend sale starts Thursday till Sunday. 20% off all big brands in our clearance house. And 15% off all Brooks, Mizuno and Saucony footwear. 10% off tennis, cricket gear and clothing, plus spot specials. B-Liddy Sports, we know the game.
Nearly 20 years ago, the founders of Pizza Haven, the Christou brothers, made a commitment. A commitment to delivering great value, great tasting pizzas. It was Louis who made sure they were great value, and using only the freshest ingredients, Bill made sure they had great taste. While Evan made sure they were delivered hot, crisp and fresh to your door. Today, that commitment is stronger than ever. Pizza Haven, great value, great taste.
Peter Schwab's under the pump at the moment. Yes. His coaching's not too crash hot. If his heart went and he asked you to fill in at half-time, what would you say to the Hawthorn boys?
Same thing everyone else, I guess. You know, stick to it, boys. Very young bunch, I guess.
You just jump in a whole bunch of cliches.
Put the mirror down, put the lipstick away, put the lip gloss away, start playing footy.
Right, listen, boys, show a bit of heart. That's what you're there for. Show a bit of heart. Get in there, get the hard ball. Everett, just don't stay at the back. Got to get in there and get it.
When you go home, you may stay home because I'm going to rebuild a new Hawthorn side. Thank you very much. Thank your mother for the flowers. You idiot.
You idiot. Yeah. And then laugh.
Crawford, stop worrying about the, all your movies and everything. Get in there and get the ball.
Croft, you got to stop worrying about the House of Bolger and worry about the Hawks, you idiot.
Just pull your finger out.
Get in there and get the ball. That's what you got to do. Get in there and get out there and get the ball, boys. Come on, let's go.
How about actually not muck around with the ball and actually use it properly?
They're losing by 10 goals.
Yep.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
What am I supposed to say?
Get off your arses! You are the worst bunch of useless tossers I've ever seen in my life! Get your finger out! Stop home!
Incisive. Please welcome to After the Game one of the great characters of AFL football from the Hawthorn Football Club, Peter Everett.
Actually,
I think a few of those were standing over the race as we were walking off the ground last
Now
night.
you say that we've got some footage of the race.
Oh, have you?
I want to know what this guy was saying to you.
Great.
Have a look at him, that guy. Can you remember him?
Yeah, he said he prefers blonde hair rather than the black.
How do you deal with that
I
sort
don't
of thing?
know. I thought this week was quite tame. You should have got last week when we were walking off Colonial. That was playing in a lot of losing sides in my day, but that was scary walking off there.
The Hawthorn supporters are more sort of more aggressive than St Kilda.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. They're not as used to it.
I feared walking off the race. Yeah, I can't say I enjoy it, but you listen to a fair bit of it. But yeah, no.
Have you ever had cups of urine thrown at you like last week at Amy Stadium?
Not during the footy, I haven't, but it's been an occasion.
What would you normally, on Saturday night, you'd normally be out, wouldn't you? You'd be normally out partying somewhere.
No, this is the fun of life for football, you know. Come in here at, 10 o'clock and keeps you straight.
So you're going to go home now after this show? Do you live on your own? You live on your own now, don't you?
Yeah, I've got my 3 little girls at home, so
right.
4 girls because my girlfriend's looking after them, so I've got to get back there and make sure they're all tucked in bed nice and safe.
And it is Peter Everett, you've lost the spider. Is that a conscious thing? Is that official, or is that just what we've heard?
No, just what you've heard. It's just Schwabby calls me Peter, and a few of the other boys have clicked onto it, so it's pretty much Peter around Hawthorn, but all the kids still know me as Spider, so...
So have you changed your ways? Are you changing your ways a bit? I've read an article recently that said this year you weren't going to go into the media at all this year.
I wasn't going to, but it didn't work. It's twice as bad trying to keep out of it, so I thought I might as well just join them again. So, no, look, I've just, I've taken a backwards step, obviously, with the footy show and stuff like that. Just, just trying to, get my preparation right during the week, and, there's a few things I've changed during the week just to, try and help my football.
People have said, that you've turned a new leaf since you got to Hawthorn. Is it as simple as that, or is that just an easy tag?
Oh no, I think if you want to change, you can definitely change. There's no doubt about that. I could have done it at St Kilda, but I don't think for me to make a bigger change, the public probably wouldn't have picked it up as quick. So a move kind of just all contributed to hopefully some good footy.
So the audience kind of helped us go. Oh, he's on a different jumper. It's changing.
Were you surprised?
School teachers, you never trust them.
Were you surprised or pissed off that the Stafford he cleaned you up? He cleaned you up.
Oh, look,
were you mad that he got up? I mean,
I was mad, of course, because I still wanted to play play the rest of the game, and I missed a week from it. But a good thing was at the end of the day, I kicked a goal, which we were leading by a fair bit. If the shoe was on the other foot, I would have done exactly the same. I wouldn't have done anything different. I would have jumped in, hard, trying to, in a way, try and hurt him in a way, just to slow him down a bit, and that's all he did, and he slowed me down a bit.
Funny thing is that night I was watching on the Tribunal on the Channel 10 News, actually, and I saw you on the TV going into the Tribunal room, and then I went out to my local sort of bar that I go to, only about 15 minutes later...
Restaurant.
It was a restaurant.
Yeah.
And who was at the bar next to the Spider? Was there right next to him?
It's like hanging out here. I don't know. Tuesday nights I like to hang out at the Tribunal with the umpires because they have nothing better to do. So, I decided I'll head out to the local restaurant for a feed.
And what about the leadership thing, Peter? I mean, it's sort of something that people jump on in terms of Hawthorn, but I was interested to hear you say, that you were never a leader at St Kilda, but clearly at Hawthorn, you are one of the leading lights. What's changed? Is that you, or is it the change of club?
Yeah, look, I think, like when you've been in a workforce for, virtually it is our workforce for, 10 or 12 years, and, been a bit of a clown and whatever throughout that time, I think, a change with people not knowing you, you can get, you can build a reputation and respect, a lot quicker and a lot easier than trying to change someone's thoughts. You never make a first impression, they say.
Do they party less at Hawthorn? Do they party less at Hawthorn? Is there less sort of that attitude of going out and have a good time?
Look, I think they're a lot more professional. The professionalism of a lot of the midfield younger blokes, or not midfield, but the mid-range blokes is second to none.
How's your professionalism now? 'Cause, I mean, when you play well, you're the best guy out there. But then you run out of puff. Why is that? Why do you run out of steam?
Well, have you tried to run around?
You know what I mean? No, when you're going, you're as good as it. You're better than anyone.
Yeah, I think, no, look, I do put everything into my preparation. A lot of people probably think otherwise, but, you know, and that's going to Hawthorn. I thought I could have earned the respect like that because I know that I do train, you know, to get myself set for the games, and, you know, I train hard and do everything to, you know, the best I can. So, you know, you can obviously wear down, and fitness is one of those things, but, you know, I'm just trying to get fitter and fitter and fitter, and hopefully by the time I'm 46, I'll be able to run out of the game.
Do tattoos have an influence on your fitness?
Oh, well, we'd be finished if Blighty was still here because he gave us that much time off, but unfortunately, you know, look, yeah, it's just
They're
something
pretty
like
impressive, though.
Yeah,
You've got it all coloured in now, too.
Yeah, people like them, some people don't. It's,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
we
it's one
like
of
it,
those things.
and we, in fact, so impressed by yours, we decided that after the game team would get tats too. So there's mine.
look at that.
Oh, yeah.
We went out.
Oh, you went out.
You've gone all out.
We've gone all out.
Thanks. I'm starting to blush.
Yeah. We've got a couple down here. We'll show you in the green room. So.
We're looking forward to that.
Beautiful work. Well, it's good to see you back on the field. If the umpires can stay out of the way, and
I've tried to explain that to them, but they don't listen, do they?
Are they in your way? Are they, you know, you're in the thick of it?
It's just one of those things. Big rap for the quicker they move it on, the less chance there is going to be for, you know, contact. But it's one of those things where I reckon a suspended sentence is fine enough because, you know, you've played 10, 11 years. A few blokes have played 3 or 4 years, but, you know, it's only just started to happen now. So I think a suspended sentence would have been, you know, good enough.
Bounce or throw up?
Bounce, definitely, except for the bloke who was bouncing last night.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, I prefer the bounce. There's no doubt about it. So, yeah.
Go to general, resign or stay?
Good luck to him.
Everybody, please thank Peter Everett. Well, there we go.
Yep.
Just in case you're going on a footy trip, and I know they're the most important thing, second important thing
Exactly.
after the finals. Yes.
You're doing footy tours?
I've done them for the last couple of years.
All right, yep.
And trust me, they're good fun.
Do you go with the
We
people?
actually we did have a complaint last year, and I apologised to the bloke that he said went to a bar and there was too many females and it was too crowded. So I apologise to him now. But they can ring 1800 999 533.
And that will also evict Carlo, I believe. So it's great to see you back playing.
Thank you very
your
much.
best, enjoying your footy. Everyone, Spider Everett, Peter Everett. And we'll be back after this break with one of my favourites on the album. It's Out of Sight, Out of Mind, I think, by the Models. This one from Girdlers and Crawford's Greatest Hits. It's fantastic. Enjoy it. Back after this break.
Kelly's in the hospital. He attacked her. Why would you do that? I didn't do anything.
Kelly has just experienced the most frightening ordeal.
It was terrible.
Don't think about it. Deborah Mailman is brilliant.
I should have killed him.
In a new Secret Life, Monday.
From the House of Dominoes, shrimp on the Barbie, an astounding tribute to the succulent garlic prawn, and steak and chips, a timeless ensemble of steak wedges and barbecue sauce. Place your order, called Dominoes.
Domino.
And what else do we take? The blanket, a bottle, a stroller. That's just to go shopping.
Many women have said they don't have enough time for complicated beauty routines.
I'd like to have more time. I'd like to do more with my skin.
And that's important to us here at the Pond's Institute. Pond's cleanser and toner in one.
I'd be cleansing and toning it at the same time.
It combines a foaming facial cleanser to deep cleanse your skin and a toner to give you a fresher, firmer feeling complexion.
It's really nice when people notice the difference.
It's the sale at Kmart. Until Friday, get selected DVDs 2 for $42. Bonds family underwear and socks now 20% off. Does not include men's Bonds Chesty Athletic. No further discounts apply. The sale at Kmart. Cutting the cost of living even further.
Wait for it. Wait for it. This Saturday, Sunday, thousands of dollars of bedding will be sold half price. Carpet and rugs will be sold at half price. Furniture will be sold at half price. This Saturday, Sunday only. Look on you. Look on you.
It's Stonecraft's $1 million clearance. Save up to 50%. Save on slate and stone borders, steps, sills and halves. Save on wall facings in slate or stone. Save on designer stone pavers and walling. Stonecraft Flooring, London Road, Mile End, open 7 days. You'll be absolutely floored.
Have your say. Twist it your way. You decide who's leaving the Big Brother house. Who will it be? Leah, Belinda, Daniel, or Carlo? Grab your mobile phone. SMS the name of the housemate you want to evict to 188 1010. SMS rate is 55 cents. SMS eviction lines close 11:30 Sunday. Just like KFC's range of twisters, the choice is yours. SMS now. Big Brother Eviction, 7:30 Sunday. They're back.
Please, can you shut the up?
His headshot.
With fun new episodes.
Kill me now, this madhouse is driving me crazy.
New Osborns after Big Brother Uncut, Thursday.
Welcome back, of course. That was Custard with Apartment from the great CD.
Yeah,
It's
we're halfway through the soup.
rocketing up the CD, the charts. Number 16 at the moment. Let's see where it gets to at the end of the show. I'm sure it's going to be lower.
Yeah.
And now, Spider gave out the number for his tour. He's a good footballer, Spider, but he gave out the wrong number. That's the number, 1800 555 933. That won't evict Carlo out. That's the downside of that. Now,
The other number was Grant Thomas's.
Yeah, sure. His home number. Now, Sam Lane, you're with us from afl.com.au. What is news? What's going on in the AFL this week?
Well, quite a big statement, I thought, this morning from Hawthorn President Ian Dicker, who gave a public guarantee that Peter Schwab, who has been under all sorts of pressure kind of all year, would be the coach of the Hawthorn Football Club for the whole year.
Yeah.
So therefore ruling out Dicker that there would be a mid-season sacking.
But he does have a contract for the whole year, doesn't he?
Well, he does have a contract. This was Schwabby during the middle of the week, getting a bit sort of revved up at training. It was quite unlike him, you know, he's usually not as loud, having a real go at them. But, you know, 3 wins from 8 games. People kind of call for coaches' heads left, right and centre, but Dicker, I think, made quite a strong statement, said that the Hawks would really stick to their guns and, you know, that Schwab's position is safe for the whole year.
So he's off the chopping block. Who's next?
Well, I'm not sure.
What coach?
Yeah, what coach?
Well,
Peter Rowe?
He's all right.
You can't take a coach till you've heard of him, is that right?
Well, even, I mean, it's amazing how the tide turns, isn't it? I mean, Danaher was kind of out there and, they were sort of, Zondi was out there, but they seem to have kind of, they've bedded that down and that's all right.
Do you reckon Schwabby's heart troubles he's passed it on to his team? Because Hawthorn played like they had pulled 22 heart muscles last night.
They weren't too good, especially against that undermanned Essendon side.
Well, Crawford should give up entertainment, really. I mean, I gave up football for showbiz, and look at me. I was playing in Bentley Reserves in 1995, and the senior captain came up to me and said, "Mate, stick to comedy."
West Coast Eagles, the other story of the round so far. Great win over Collingwood.
Without Djakovic.
Without
his
Djakovic,
heart.
that's right.
That's pathetic, really. In my day, would have put a bit of Dinko rub on it, strapped it up, and get out there, Glenn.
John Worsfold, the Eagles coach, after the match, though, was being quite coach-like and saying that the expectations don't change for the Eagles, that they may have won 6 games. They haven't won 2 consecutive games in Melbourne for quite a number of years.
They don't normally play 2 games in Melbourne in a row, though, do
No,
they?
it wasn't in a row, but just 2 off the back of each other for a number of years. But they've done that. He's saying he'll have to wait until win 13 until he says that they're, you know, anything more than a finals contender. But it was a very good win.
They're a bloody good team, West Coast Eagles.
They are. And Malthouse actually rated their midfield as on par with Brisbane and Adelaide, which I thought was quite a big statement.
A high compliment.
And Sam, what's the latest on the hyperoxic scandal?
The hyperoxic scandal. Well, that's quite an interesting one. I mean, the AFL is sort of reserving judgment at the minute. One of their medical officers is going to investigate it. Their feeling from the outset is that it's not in the spirit of sport.
Right. So what are they feeding? They're feeding the players stuff that's got less oxygen in it.
Nitrogen-rich oxygen. It's trying to recreate high altitude, which apparently increases your red cells.
Exactly, and boost endurance. The Dockers were going to use it. They can't afford it.
They just climb to the top of the union.
Although there's a whisper that Nathan Brown has one of his own, which is very strange.
Nathan's got everything.
Hawthorn's got it wrong too. They're just using helium.
Beautiful work. Well, thank you, Sam. Thank you for afl.com.au for all your footy news for the week. Now, it's time for one of our favourite segments. It's a segment we like to call
And this week, ladies and gentlemen, we've given the tour of the week to a newspaper. The first time, the West Australian newspaper. And the reason they've got it is because they showed this photo.
Right.
That's right, but when they showed it, they didn't have that censorship sticker on it.
Paul Hazeby's got the weirdest looking penis I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen that. I've seen photos like that before in newspapers. Have a look what I saw in a newspaper. Fair enough, that was at my local laundromat. It's maybe someone had tampered with it, but yeah.
I just don't understand how it happened, you know? I mean, like, you check yourself when you're out on the ground. Surely I got my jumper, I got my shorts. Oh, my dick's hanging out. That's my...
Now we could. This is a classy show. We could wait here all night and do, dick jokes. So let's just for about 30 seconds get all out of the system.
Let's go.
Damien, you can start.
I was actually cleared up a misconception. I actually thought all the Dockers players had anchor-shaped penises.
I can't believe there was such a fuss over something so small.
Well, Paul Hazeby's got his very own one-eyed supporter.
Hazeby couldn't work it out until he saw an Indian guy in the crowd playing a flute.
I blame the underpants. They've got one job, keep the generals inside, and they've stuffed up.
Yeah. Funnily enough, the Paul Hazeby's penis had more stats than Clive Waterhouse, which is
apparently it was sighted on video evidence. Evidence, that was.
It reminds me of me dog sticking its head out the car window while I'm driving, really.
And that's what I call a hazelnut. That should do us. I think that's
developing here. I don't quite understand it. Last week there was Brian Sheen and the scratch. This week you're having your jokes. You took up half the production meeting. What is this obsession?
Well, you haven't go to us now, Sam.
Well, maybe.
You could have kept this after the show.
The obsession.
Or maybe said it in the meeting.
Well, if you had gone to the meeting.
I heard I left.
No, beautiful work, beautiful work. No more jokes, although we have just heard that Paul Hazeby's penis is favourite to win the Ross Glendenning medal next year, which is very interesting. Okay, we're going to be back after this break, and this is another song from the great CD that is rocking up the charts. Number 12 it is now, and this is Alone With You by the Sunny Boys. So enjoy this one after the break. Back after this.
He may be cute, but there's a catch. See Hollywood's hottest properties in the seductive thriller. Here, next on 10.
Hey, Tom, I told this guy you make a great sandwich. Tell him.
Well, I start with soft, savory mozzarella cheese, then add Parmesan and flavorful herbs like garlic. Just the right amount of rosemary.
Sounds like a great sandwich. Sandwich? That was just the bread.
Great bread makes a delicious sandwich. That's why Subway has a line of gourmet breads like the tasty new Italian herb and cheese. Fresh baked with garlic, rosemary, topped with mozzarella cheese.
Ready to hear more?
I think I'm ready to eat.
Come into Casual Living and see our latest release of stylish bedroom furniture. Get a great deal on an orthopedic mattress, on a therapeutic pillow top, or our pocket coil queen-size mattress, all with interest-free terms to suit. Casual Living Furniture.
Paying too much for car insurance? Talk to your local car insurance specialist for our lowest quote. That's one quick call and no fuss. So call your local car insurance specialist at Western QBE on 131 101.
Now, your body can feel as smooth as silk every day with new Dove Body Silk. It's a rich cream that's quickly absorbed to actively moisturize your skin for silky, smooth skin all over. Dove Body Silk, new from the Dove Body range.
Have your say. Twist it your way. You decide who's leaving the Big Brother house. Who will it be? Leah, Belinda, Daniel, or Carlo? Grab your mobile phone. SMS the name of the housemate you want to evict to 188 1010. SMS rate is 55 cents. SMS eviction lines close 11:30 Sunday. Just like KFC's range of twisters, the choice is yours. SMS now. Big Brother Eviction, 7:30 Sunday.
I wore a tie tonight because at Gold Low you weren't there. 9:30 Tuesday on Road, Andrew Denton, Adam Hill.
That's a bit suspect.
And the John Butler Trio performing live. Rove Live, 9:30 Tuesday on 10.
That was Effervescence by Pollyanna, and some good news, exciting news, guys. Number one. Has this gone number one? Congratulations to Croft and Ryan Girdler, of course, who so much work and sweat and blood and tears went into that CD.
Sure.
Will you burn a copy for all of us?
Yes, I'll make myself a mixtape for you.
Burn that suit mix.
Yes. Now, West Coast Eagles, they won by 16 points today over Collingwood. Congratulations, West Coast Eagles. But of course, the game isn't over until the Fat Lady sings. Now, controversy today. The Fat Lady, she's pretty much got it right each week, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Well,
pretty much,
more or less.
More or less.
She's an oracle, isn't she?
She's the oracle.
She wears the same shawl every week as well.
She's a character of the game now.
Did she not get it right today?
Controversy was at Telstra Dome. Collingwood made a bit of a charge.
Yeah.
Never got too far in front. But let's see what actually happened. What was going through the Fat Lady's mind. This is Scott Burns with 14 minutes to go, only to put the Pies 14 points up.
Yeah.
Leon Davis liked it. The goal umpire liked it. Collingwood fans pretty happy. Sure. As, you know, we needed a couple, you know, you'd want to get the next one and maybe the one after that before you sung. But up she goes. What was she thinking?
I've got a theory on it. She actually was just standing up to buy a pie. She was looking for a pie. That's the only thing I can think, because otherwise the expression doesn't make any sense.
It's the first time
Well, the team's obviously heard her, and they've heard her, and they've just shut down, and they've lost.
You think that's what's
This show is very powerful.
Absolutely. Investigation during the week. We're not sure what happened to the Fat Lady then. We apologise to the Collingwood fans.
Sure.
Now, some big games coming up. Sydney versus Geelong at the SCG.
I actually read in the paper that Paul Chapman, Geelong player, came out in strong words this week. He said, we're not the worst team in the league. It's a sort of arrogance that's got them in trouble, basically.
Well, I'm a big rap for debutantes, and I think it's worthy of a mention. There's a 19-year-old Swan who will debut tomorrow who goes by the name of Lewis Roberts Thompson.
No.
Are you surprised to know too that he's retired from a rugby union career?
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh, how
like
Sydney. How very Sydney.
Well, one of the interesting things about this game, this is one of the games where the umpire is going to be sporting their new uniforms. We have a bit of a sneak peek of what they might be wearing. Let's take a look. Now, this is the old uniform, of course. This is they get a bit blended in. That's possibly the new one. We have another one. That's one. And what happens? Yes,
Too much white, might clash.
This is my favourite here. This really sends a message, I think.
Authority.
There we go. I mean, that's fascinating.
Hardly surprising.
Very controversial. Fremantle versus St Kilda at Subiaco. And I like Freo in this one.
Do you?
Well, in their 8 years of existence, they've never won 3 straight.
Never won 3.
So they're going for the big one.
This is a
This could be
three-peat.
huge.
A three-peat for the Fremantle Dockers.
It is.
Oh, God, I'm excited.
And they're playing against St Kilda in their bright yellow lemon top.
Oh, my God. St
So
Kilda
that
in the yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll make it even more special.
Kilda's
I
wearing
think
yellow.
so, yeah. The yellow away strip.
Yeah, you know the one.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, well,
It looks like it's the one that looks like they've been on the boundary line of Amy Stadium and they've just had a few cups of something thrown on them.
Okay. This is a pre-World War I costume.
Sorry?
It's a historical reference, but no one knows. They changed their jumper. St Kilda changed their jumper in World War I because it was the colour of the German flag.
Really?
And that's how they got white. It used to be yellow.
Well, there you go.
There you go. This week's historical reference. Damien Callan, everyone.
Nice. And you can read about that on my website.
Another one next week, okay? We want one. Okay, the final game, Carlton versus the Western Bulldogs.
Yeah.
I'm going for the Western Bulldogs. I think that might cause a bit of an upset.
Aren't you?
No.
Can't a winner. So though Whitnell injured he got injured at training.
It's very
He never used to train at all.
I've heard a rumour that next year Carlton actually for pre-season are going to adapt the survivor model and take all their players to an island and every day vote someone off until they're under the salary cap.
I'll tell you what though, if the Bulldogs lose, there's one person who's going to be very unhappy because he was very unhappy last week. Is their president, David Smorgan, after last week's shattering loss from the Bulldogs. This is what he had to say.
Today was a totally unacceptable performance. That is completely unacceptable. The way we went about it today, totally unacceptable. That is an unacceptable performance and won't be tolerated.
I believe that he wasn't happy.
What do you think he was trying to say there?
The performance was unacceptable.
Yeah, so
Where did he go this week?
Where does he go?
What will he say when they lose?
I don't know.
That was acceptable.
You know that Terry Wallace has been still having drinks with some of the players during the week.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, they've got a new coach, you've got to move on, Terry. That's cheating, I believe.
Cheating on the coach.
Well, thank you to all of our guests today. We had Peter Everett on, Jared Waitley, and David Roden from the Richmond Football Club. Sam Main, thanks for joining us the whole way through. Eloise Southby, well done. She played for the Phoenix tonight, or watched the Phoenix, and they got up. They got another Phoenix. Fantastic. And we'll see you next week after the game.
Dear Joey, I love kicking goals, really love it. I know all footballers love kicking goals, but I reckon I love it more. If goals didn't exist, I don't reckon I would even bother playing footy. I love the cheer from the crowd when I score a goal. I reckon the crowd loves it when I kick a goal more than when some of the other players kick goals. Last time, Fraser Garrett kicked a goal, and there was hardly any noise. But when I kick a goal, the roar from the crowd is so loud, I'm surprised I don't bust an eardrum. I love celebrating after a goal. I've been doing the chainsaw lately, which I stole from Brett Lee. I've been thinking of some new moves of my own. There's this one, which I call the old Jolson. There's the Egyptian. And then there's, who's your daddy? Maybe not. I love all kinds of goals. Goals on the run, snaps from the boundary, cheeky roving goals. I reckon I kick the most exciting goals in the league. Sure, Matty Lord kicks more goals than I do, but mine are much more exciting. In my career, so far, I've kicked over 90 goals. Not bad for a hobbit. Anyway, I better get some sleep. I've got a big game coming up, and I don't want sleep deprivation getting in the way of me kicking goals. Until tomorrow, Stephen Milne. Goals, goals.
She was lured by a promise of love.
Do you think he loves you?
I know he loves me.
But this teenager has fallen into a poisonous web.
More than 50 images. From what I can tell, there's 2 different girls.
Internet pornographers preying on children.
There are hundreds of thousands of people just like me.
I am not a deviant.
This case will lead to something much bigger than they had ever imagined.
You've opened Pandora's box, detectives.
All new SVU, 8:30 Thursday.